There it is. That is cool. Bar Properties. Good to see you.
Larry, nice to meet you.
So I've just arrived at an estate agency, and this is owned by one of my students, Rahim Bar. I can't wait to meet him. I'm catching up with some of his staff right now who've saying that he's a really good person to work with. Is that right?
Yes, he's a fantastic guy to work with. He's an amazing person. If I could give you a little bit of my background and how I met him. Literally 4 weeks ago, I was in my car, living in my car.
You're living in your car?
Exactly. Was kicked out, of my house, after 18 years of marriage. Because of COVID, Mrs. said, "Oh, you're useless now, don't," because I work as a self-employed all the time, and so anyway, it's been building up. But the crunch came to the crunch. She said, "Leave the house, and we don't need you anymore." I said, "Okay, right." Pick a few things and head out. And the place I wanted to come to was a seaside. So anyway, I ended up in Swansea and didn't like Swansea after a week. Came down to Cardiff. And I was in my car and I used to go around for an hour walk. So one day I walked past here and I saw this gentleman talking to somebody, and I thought, it's probably the business owner. I never know him, I don't know him from anywhere. So I went away, came back another day, and I came in and said, right, I'm Larry, have a chat with him generally. I got a group, on WhatsApp, property investors, I'm trying to coach to buy properties and we sell, and create. So I told him about it. I said, right, you know what? You've come to the right place. And I told him about my situation. I said, all right, you know what? I'm going to get a missus to make you dinner every night, and you can come and work with me. I'll show you what I know. So it was a turnaround that I didn't expect.
That's incredible, dude.
And today, I've been closing deals and doing stuff for him. So yeah, the guy is amazing. Since then, I've been working with him and he's teaching me, everything. And I've been on the courses. We've got some student online that he teaches on Saturday. We've got another course coming on this Saturday, so I will be on there as well.
Nice, good.
Yeah. But the good thing about it is that already I've a fired up person, and already have some background knowledge in properties and whatnot, and then to have landed on his lap and he gave opened his door to me is just amazing.
God's timing.
Unbelievable.
What's up, buddy?
How you doing,
man?
bro?
Welcome, buddy. How are you okay? How's it going?
Great to meet you.
Waiting, man. Sorry, I had to go back to let one of the cleaners in. She came around and she forgot she hasn't got a bicycle, so I have to drop her off, basically.
Dude, absolutely fine.
That.
Oh no, I'm really glad to see you doing well though, man. It's
Yeah,
so
thanks.
good. I mean,
Thanks, buddy. It's all with your energy and your motivation and the hints and tips you've given us. That's what gets us to the next level, basically.
I'm humbled,
it's all
man.
you, to be honest.
I'm humbled to be part of the journey, and it's great to see. And also, great to see you got some great people, brand new as well. Nancy is.
Started last week.
Yeah, she said, just started.
Yeah.
Do you come here like every day?
I'm here almost every day, basically.
Yeah.
Not almost, I'm here every day.
Yeah.
Right, this is because I don't see this as a business, I see it as a hobby.
Yeah.
So obviously I come in, sometimes I'm in from 7 sometimes till 8 in the evening, because I see it as a hobby, so stay here, do some deals,
Although most people don't spend that much time on a hobby, but yeah.
Right, I do. I love it.
You do.
I love it. I love what I do.
Yeah.
If you wanna ever have private conversations, stuff like that, we take it at the back when I go to the football, and that is for you.
Oh, thank you very much. That's very kind.
Just to thank you for the visit, basically, because you've taken your time, you've been here, and you don't have to come around there. So
no, it's a real pleasure.
Thanks very much. Our property market was doing really well actually before COVID.
Yeah.
For the last 2 decades, property prices goes up by 240%.
Wow. Is that in
South
Cardiff
Wales.
or is that
South Wales?
South Wales.
In Cardiff, it was about 255%.
Yeah.
Grangestown this area was one of the lowest capital appreciation area. For the last few years, it has been the best. Property prices went from say 100,000 to 200,000 in this area within the last 2 years. Right, the only impact they have now is because obviously COVID-19 kicks in, all the property sales were paused, and now it has picked up now. Now if you've got a property here, it doesn't take a week, it's gone. 20 years ago, they actually destroyed all the sort of factories they had there and built this apartment. So they built this apartment all the way at the end of this road, and hoping to get celebrities to buy them. But then 2008 recession hit, and then the prices went down and people picked them up for next to nothing. And now they're worth about two-bedroom apartment worth about £160,000, and they bought it really cheap then. Look at this, massive. I've made so many inquiries on this.
What
I haven't
is
had
it?
any replies. You know.
Do you know who owns it?
I know. I found out on land registry. I know who owns it. I've written them letters a few times. So obviously I'm doing that.
It's funny how we've
constantly.
got the same eye now.
Exactly.
The
yes,
one
yeah.
building I spot you
This
like.
is the one I'm also chasing. This one, if we can get luxury apartments here, we're
Okay.
absolutely killing it, right? And yeah, it's a very nice sort of area to have essays
Yeah.
and obviously to target.
What are the
these
rules
sort of-
about serviced accommodation in Cardiff or Wales?
Well, there's no specific rule at the moment. They haven't brought the rules from the UK, as far as I'm aware, to Cardiff. You could rent it out as normal let and then do whatever you want to do with it.
Are your rent-to-rents mostly SA or HMO?
I have both. I have essays and I have rent to rent. Right? Because if stuff like this happen, you could easily let them out, right? Because what I did was, because I secured good deals on my essays, I was able to actually rent them out as normal let and still make profit out of them.
How many students do you have?
Oh, I've got loads. I've got
Have you?
a few. Yeah, in terms of students, I've got lots of them. But the mentee side of things, I only want to take a maximum of 12 people because I want to provide that one-to-one, so I can add value a lot more, impact them positively rather than having one too many. Our houses in this area, basically.
Okay.
Right? All our HMO properties, 90% of them are in this area, right? We've got one. We've got few there, few on that road, few behind us.
And are those properties around here? Are they rent-to-rent properties?
They are. Most of them are rent-to-rent properties.
Ah, okay. So you've basically got lots of rent-to-rents all around here.
Yes, all around there. Yes, so you can go straight.
And on average,
we've got few here.
On average, how much does one rent-to-rent property make you?
On average, it's about, you can do left there, it's about maybe £500 to £600.
Yeah.
If it's
£500 to £600 profit a month.
Net profit, yeah.
And how much does it cost to set up a rent-to-rent in the first place?
Well, it depends on the condition. As what I tend to do, I look for properties that I can add value to. We've got two here, that there, and we are going to number 68. So this one here, a bit about the background. So they're all working professionals. So obviously, as you know, we don't mix our tenants. You have to be working or doing a master's program for you to be able to live in our houses. So I don't do LHA or stuff like that. So instead of getting this student now, what I do is to get master's or PhD students that would look after the property.
Yeah.
And that way they also stay longer, because most of the PhD and master's students, they've got 18-month program. So once they're in, they're there for 18 months.
Yeah.
So you can easily just rent and forget, right? Whereas if you've got student, they're only there for about 6-7 months of the year. And then come now, for example, July, August, the property will be vacant because there's no uni. They will all go back home.
Yeah.
So one of my secrets also, that is the time I tend to get landlords, right? Because that time landlords needs you, because they are worried about these two months, whether the agent would be able to fill their house up.
Yeah, okay, got you.
Right. So if you go in, listen, I can take this property on. You're not
So
going to
what
have
kind
this,
of month is that, or what sort of season?
it's now basically.
Yeah.
July, August. September is the buying point, because they know, especially if the property is not being let by September, they know uni will start in September.
Yeah.
So they need to get it going. That's one bedroom. What I've learned also, I used to spend lots of money in the common areas,
Yeah.
but what I've learned was people don't use it.
Yeah.
As you can see here, brand new TV. Look at that. I bought this about 3 years ago, right? But look,
Still
it's
got
still
the
not
seal.
been touched. This is a 7-bedroom house,
Okay.
right? And then average on this one is about 650 if all rooms are let, net.
Yeah.
So
650 is what you make a profit.
net, yes.
Yeah, and how full is this generally?
It's normally always full.
Yeah.
The only difficulties we had was during COVID. Some people were struggling, some people lost their jobs. But the last one is gone yesterday.
Yeah.
So this one is fully let now. And yeah, so it's gonna kick from that. So what I did was also during COVID is to go back to the landlords to tell them, listen, this is the situation. I use that word for me, I may not be able to give you guaranteed rent anymore. However, whatever rent I collect, I'll take my expenses out and give you the balance.
Sure.
Until we get through the recession or until we get through COVID-19.
Do you think that with HMOs, it's actually an advantage to have a very low maintenance garden?
Of course, always an advantage. If not, then you'd have to get your gardeners around.
Because if you're buying a house to live in, you might think, oh, this garden's not very good. But for a HMO, it's better because the tenants, I bet they don't spend time out here.
No.
They don't come out here.
So unless they don't want to smoke.
Right, yeah, unless they want to
Take a
smoke,
fag,
which is
and then
perfect. So it's low maintenance, which
Mm.
means no money,
Yes.
and the tenants are really happy.
Yeah, absolutely. We're handing it back to the landlords. Right?
Why are you handing it back?
Because the landlord's looking to sell. I did not do a good negotiation on this one.
Oh, okay, this was before the deal finding extravaganza.
Exactly. Yeah. So basically, I didn't do a good negotiation in it.
Yeah.
I was subsidizing it with other properties that
Yeah.
the landlord referred me to.
Yeah.
Right. So obviously, because he referred me to about 5 other deals, I said, okay, I might as well take that now.
Yeah.
Keep it until when I cannot do it.
So
And also-
you've got 8 properties from this landlord.
Yeah.
Oh, let's kind of have a look around.
So again, this is 700 now. This property got 4 toilets, basically.
I think it's important to hand it back in good quality because
Yeah.
you'll maintain the relationship.
Yeah, you definitely have to do that.
You want to go the extra mile.
That's it. Some people just hand it back the way it is, but I don't do that. I want you to get your property back, if not better, but at least the same way I took it back from you.
Yeah.
He loved conversion. He was able to do it next door as well.
So you've got 2 extra bedrooms.
Two extra
It's
bedrooms.
really interesting because loft conversions can add a lot of value to the house if done right, and this is how it should be done.
Absolutely.
2 bedrooms, probably cost him 25 grand.
Even less because he's a builder himself.
Oh,
so
right.
it may cost him even less than that.
And he'll probably have increased the value by 50, 60 grand.
Yeah. Because this property is going to be on the market. I'm selling this for him anyways.
Right.
So he's looking at about, I think 350 he's looking for.
Yeah.
350k for it. But I'm trying to negotiate with him, see if I can get it. The actual value for this would be about 370.
Yeah.
But he wants to take 350.
So this property, you secured this a few years back, didn't you?
Yeah.
Just after the crash course.
Yeah.
How soon after the property investors crash course did you get this deal?
Well, maybe a couple of days later. Because when I came back, I was just literally, I wasn't sleeping. I was looking for deals.
But that was before you did any advanced training.
Yes.
So you hadn't done the deal finding extravaganza or anything then.
No.
And then when you did the advanced training, you thought, it wasn't the best deal in the world after all.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
why have you kept it for so many years if this deal wasn't really that great?
Because one, I've signed the contract, and I
Yeah.
don't want to deceive the landlord. I've agreed to. For me, my words are my bond.
Yeah.
If I said yes to you, it's gonna be yes. And obviously, I was able to also convince him to say that if he could refer me to other landlords, I may be able to keep the property because I can use the profit I make from those to actually subsidize these ones.
Because this was actually making a loss.
Yeah, this one
Oh.
wasn't making a loss. If one room is empty, I'm making a loss.
Right.
If all the rooms are rented, I'm break even.
So basically, it was a really bad rent to rent.
Really bad deal.
Yeah.
Everything is bad in it, basically.
But-
But the funny thing about it is, I think he used the kitchen is the one that knocks me over. When I saw the kitchen was really nice and really appealing,
Yeah.
and then I just said, you know what, I can accept that deal.
So was it almost feelings, not formulas?
Exactly.
Yeah. A deal that's not a great deal is still better than no deal
Yeah.
because you got the relationship there.
I go look for properties that I can add value to.
Yeah.
The reason why it's a win-win. In most cases, those landlords are struggling anyways. So you could come in, structure a nice sort of deal with them and ask them for a rent-free period.
Yeah.
Right? So you've got the property of them, you're doing the works for them, and you're going to be guaranteeing their rent once you take the property on.
Yeah.
Right? So that way I've added value, not just on the landlord's point of view, as well as on the property.
Yeah.
So that then allows me to get properties at discount.
Yeah.
Rather than waiting until the landlord does everything
So
before you come in.
what, for an example, you might, if you needed to do a little refurb and spend a few thousand, you might just say, look, I'll do the refurb, but then I want rent free for 6 months.
Plus, there's a catch.
Yeah.
Right? We can share the refurb cost.
Right.
50-50.
Okay.
Right? If you're happy, we do it. And you don't have to pay the money. What I will do, I will deduct it from the rent I pay you.
Okay. What would you say to someone that said rent to rent, it's too good to be true, or it's not realistic?
Well, this is an example. We're in a rent-to-rent property, right? So it's doable. It's hard work, but with the right coach and mentor, you can absolutely do it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just about you going out there, getting used to no's, because lots of people don't know about rent-to-rent, but now people are starting to learn about it, know about it now. But when we started, if you tell someone rent-to-rent, they don't even understand what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So this side, it's all like the richest area in Cardiff. That's Bellamy's house. Yeah. Average house here is about 1 million or so.
Oh, this house?
That one, this house.
Is this the one you're doing as rent to rent?
Yeah, this is the one that we've just taken. We're doing some work.
This is a little bit different to the other houses.
Yeah. This one, I'm targeting a different market. Right.
Let me guess. So there's obviously student, professional, boutique.
Yeah.
This is going to be the top.
Yeah, that's the top one. That's
Yeah. Well, it's the right area for it.
This is already being reserved, by the way. This is gone. Tenant is moving on Friday.
Okay.
So we need to get everything done before Friday, basically.
How much are they going to be paying?
They will be paying about 580.
Okay, so quite high.
Yeah.
Quite considering there's not an ensuite.
No.
How many bathrooms?
2.
Okay, 2 bathrooms to 5 people, so that's okay.
And we're targeting professionals as well. They're very busy people, so they won't be staying here constantly throughout the practice.
How much are you paying the landlord each month?
Oh, you don't want to know. It's about 1,000. It's about 1,350.
That's not much. That is not much.
I know.
But if you've got 5
You know how much
rooms,
they're going for here? 5 bedroom?
how much?
It's going for £2,000.
It's definitely high end,
That's the number one, yeah.
and they're just
Normal rooms.
decent sized rooms, but it's a lot of money.
Right, yeah. Absolutely.
And you've got people secured.
No, yeah, definitely. This one is secured. Those 2 we're doing viewings. The other one's already secured as well. So that one.
What kind of people live here,
in this area?
or in these rooms? Your tenants.
In this room, they're all working probably. We're talking about managers, people that work for bank or law firms that are here maybe just for the week. They're going back to their families.
How do you find this? How did you find this landlord?
How did I find out again? Let me think. I approached them. This one was on leaflet drops actually. So
Right.
wrote them a letter similar to what you told us to do. Posted to the property, and then they picked it up, and then they rang me. And then
There we go.
went and viewed the properties.
You gotta do, that's the thing though, like it's so simple. You just send them a letter. But did you leaflet drop this whole area?
No, I target it. Leaflet drop is old area, but then the landlords, I target them.
How did you know that this landlord existed?
Well, one is walk into the house, ask who the owner is.
Yeah.
Because I like this area. I've lived in this area before.
Yeah.
So I just walked in, speak to one of the tenant downstairs. Well, her in-law lives downstairs. Asked who the owner was, and she told me who she was. Put
Yeah.
the letter, and she lived just down the road there.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And I posted the letter. She was happy. Met her with her partner. Done the deal straight away.
So did the landlord, when you sent the letter, did the landlord get in touch? And how did you manage that negotiation?
Yes, they got in touch, asked me if I'm still interested. I said yes, I'm interested, and then obviously create the booking and the viewings. I create urgency, say okay, I'm very busy, I've got so many deals going. If you want this deal to be part of those deals, we need to arrange the viewings as soon as possible.
For this property, £1,350 is what you're paying.
Yeah.
You're renting out 5 rooms
Yeah.
for about $520 to up to $580 each.
Yeah.
But you're only paying half of the rent to the landlord until the end of the year, and the rent to the landlord includes the bills on the house.
Yeah.
So you're going to be making a nice clean monthly profit on this.
Yeah.
And you found it just by sending a letter.
Sending a letter out, yeah, that's it. You know, and to be honest with you, when I started, it was hard for me, obviously, because you have to actually sell yourself a lot more. But once you know what you're doing, you're used to it. No deal is big for you. You can just see as a normal deal. You can go in with confidence. You know,
Yeah.
okay, if I don't get it, I don't get it.
So this landlord then, what's his situation? Because you mentioned you were thinking about going down LOA route.
Yes, I'm thinking probably to be able to do a rent to buy on the property, so that I'll be able to buy it in the future, because I may see this as a home basically. Because
would you live here?
Yeah, I would like to convert it into something like the property at the back of the house.
Yeah.
Convert it into sort of a nice sort of property. In the long run, so once we've agreed on to purchase the lease option, I'll start applying for planning straight away.
Do you think he'll say yes?
I think she'll say yes, because I've already told her. I built a good relationship with her, and she likes me personally. So hopefully.
So this property is making you as a rent to rent.
Yeah.
It's making you over £1,000 a month.
Yeah.
But you're wanting to secure a purchase price down the line. How many years?
Maybe 5 years.
5 years, and then you're going to use that profit.
That profit I've already made to actually do the property up.
I'm really impressed with Rahim's property deals. I think that it seems like Cardiff is such a goldmine of an area, but I think it's what you make of it. The thing is with Rahim is he's an intelligent hard worker that knows his topic. He's a grafter, and he's just made this his goldmine patch. But I believe you can do that pretty much anywhere as long as you're the right person. It's not about having a magical area or having a big secret. It's just about getting the right knowledge, implementing it in an area, and turn it into your goldmine area.
Yeah.
So really impressed.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. We're now back at the office. I'm gonna have a cup of coffee with Rahim. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, please do smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. You can subscribe right here. If you want to see Rahim's first interview, where I chat to him about his story, you can check that out right here. And I look forward to seeing you next time.